To enable head mouse controls, you'll need to go to your camera settings and scroll to the bottom. Here you'll see the different types of modes that you can enable for mouse movement. There's three different modes: steady glide, speed boost, and dynamic glide. And you can also turn it off from here, in which case it will only use the gestures that you're using for different actions on your app controls. When selecting steady glide, this has Cephable move the mouse at a consistent speed once you do the specific gesture for mouse movement. You can choose how fast you want it to move based off your camera's frame rate. You can also select the different inputs you want to use. So if you choose tilting your head versus turning versus leaning, it'll change the direction or the gesture you need to do to move the mouse in that direction. There's some other options here as well, such as linear mouse movement, which will only allow it to move in either up and down or side to side lines and never diagonal. And you can also invert your X and Y axes. So tilting to the right or turning to the right would move it to the left. Or if you invert the Y axes, then it would be tilting your head down, would move the cursor up, as an example. You can then try out Speed Boost, which is similar to Steady Glide, except that the mouse will move faster over time as long as you're still holding that gesture. So, for example, with head turning, as long as you're holding your head to the right, it'll move faster and faster to the right. Here you can select not just your base mouse speed, but also your maximum mouse speed and the delay in which you want it to start accelerating. Then we have dynamic glide, which similarly has the mouse speed and maximum mouse speed, but also accelerates based off of how far you're moving. So in this case, the further you tilt your head or turn your head, the further and faster the mouse will move until you come back to center. And you can actually change the different type of acceleration you want it to do based off how far you're moving. For example, if you choose exponential instead of linear, the further you tilt your head, the acceleration will change at an exponential rate versus a linear rate. So pick and choose the right types of settings that work for you. And then once you're ready to go, you can start your camera controls after you save your settings and try it out. So now I can expand the Cephable panel, turn on my camera, and you'll see as I turn my head, my mouse will start to move. So to the left versus to the right. And I can come back to the center to stop it. Same with up and down. And I can do my diagonals too without that setting turned on. But you can always come back and change these different settings and find what works best for you.